Have you ever wondered how people who are just cool, calm, and collected think? Like, how are they able to just respond with such easy breezy clarity and confidence? If you're someone who is wrought with anxiety and ruminating and overwhelm and self doubt, that may seem like a strange concept to even be able to see the world that way and respond to life that way. But there are two key perspectives that these types of people have, that if you can just kind of filter your thoughts through these perspectives, notice when you're thinking outside of this perspective and let those thoughts go, you will have the clear path to thinking like these types of people. This is going to help you see very clearly what thoughts are not worth even touching, right? We have so many thoughts all day long, and we can get caught in these little spirals. And sometimes we're not really aware that this line of thinking is actually very devastating and detrimental to us. Sometimes we are, but sometimes we don't even notice when it's happening or what's unfolding. So if you just kind of have these two perspectives in mind, you're aware that if your thoughts fit within these perspectives, you're golden, you're good, everything's fine, then this is going to help you. It's kind of like those bumper things on the bowling alley. This is going to keep you in your lane of thinking so that you can remain feeling more confident, more at ease, more able to respond to things with clarity. So the first perspective that people who are just easy breezy, light and calm have is that they don't try to control the uncontrollable. So when thoughts come up about, oh no, I want to try to manage this situation that's out of my control, right there. Okay, this thought is absolutely, entirely, completely useless. This is just a total waste of my time, my focus, my energy, my life force. You cannot control the uncontrollable. We know this, and yet we still try to manage things in our mind. We still try to make things happen, to will things happen, to sit and stew in things like regret. You cannot change the past. So sitting and thinking about these things and reviewing these things isn't helping you. It's trying to control the uncontrollable. So what do you do when you notice that your mind is going on a loop, telling a story, thinking of ways to manage something that you actually don't have control over? You take it back to what you can control, right? You don't think about things that you can't control. So what do you think about? You think about things that you can control. What can you control? You. You control how you think, how you feel through how you think. You can't directly will yourself to feel a certain way, but using your thoughts, you can control how you feel. You control the actions you take. You control the stories you tell about things, the meaning you make of things. No one can make you do any of these things. These are only within your control. And that is where you want to put all your energy, all your life force, all your focus, all your time, is choosing to think and focus and move toward things that are within your control. So when you catch yourself, let's say you're thinking about the past, you're ruminating over a decision you made in the past, wondering, did I make the right decision? Should I have done it differently? What if I'd said this? What if wait a minute, I can't control it. I can't go back and change any of that. So what good is this thought? It's completely useless. It's irrelevant. It's unimportant. It has no value. What am I wasting my time and my life thinking about this for? What can I control? Me. And a really, really helpful direction for this then is notice what you're trying to feel through that ruminating. I'm sure it is probably calling up negative feelings, but what is the ultimate goal of the ruminating thought? What are you trying to create? You're trying to create a feeling of clarity, a feeling of relief, a feeling of forgiveness, a feeling of confidence. Whatever it is, notice the feeling that you are reaching for in that trying to control the uncontrollable thought pattern. Take it back to yourself and say, what can I think, do, how can I frame things right now so that I can feel a little more of that feeling? So maybe you are wanting to feel relief. Maybe you're wanting to feel forgiveness from something you did in the past that you're having regret over. Okay, what can you do right now to lead yourself to that feeling of relief or forgiveness? Perhaps it's just journaling and telling yourself that you forgive yourself. Perhaps it's taking 3 deep breaths and just feeling that calm in your body, reminding yourself that you're safe now, here. Perhaps it's just getting a little bit of work done, taking a little bit of that out of the things off your to-do list, lightening the load, feeling a little better about that. What is within your control right now that you can think, do, feel, perceive that's going to lead you to a better feeling? And if you have the clarity of what that effort of trying to control the uncontrollable was trying to lead you to, which it never does, right? You get stuck in the loop of feeling awful and anxious, but it's trying to resolve to give you a feeling. If you could just identify what that feeling is and do what you can now to feel that feeling, you're going to have no need for that pattern of trying to fix something that you can't control. So be the resolution now. Control what you can control now. Yourself. Okay. The second perspective is self-trust. It is not about being perfect. It's not about saying, I'm going to be amazing. I trust that I'm just the best thing going. You'll get there. But it's not that. It is that I am going to be okay. I can handle what happens. No matter what happens, I can handle it. And that may sound scary. That may be a bit of a stretch. But if you notice that you are thinking thoughts that are outside of that perspective, that are things like, I need to overplan and overprepare and really like consider all different scenarios so that I feel safe to respond, just know, just consider 2 things here. 1, how many times have you run through like 15, 20 different scenarios and said all the things you thought you could say, and then the situation never happened or it happened differently? A lot. In fact, I think they say over like 90, 95, I forget the 99% of what we think about doesn't actually happen, right? So we're just, again, wasting our time, wasting our focus, wasting our life force, wasting our energy, focusing our mind on things that are completely irrelevant, useless, no value. And so the second thing is, and this gets said a lot, it's kind of a cliche, but I want you to just stop and actually like process this and think about this for a second. You have made it through every single thing you have ever encountered. You have overcome every single challenge you have ever faced. You are here. So If you have made it through absolutely everything in your life up until now and you're still okay, maybe you're not thriving, maybe you're not feeling great, but you are here and you are okay, I think that deserves a little self-trust. I think that is an indication that you are super, super capable of coping and handling unexpected situations and challenges that may arise. So remember that when you start trying to overplan and over-prepare, there's nothing wrong with wanting to, be prepared and, collect the information and be ready for that meeting, or just wanting to review a little something before you meet up with a friend so that you remember to tell them whatever you need to tell them. Like, there's nothing wrong with just mentally preparing with information and things like that. But when you're trying to prepare so that you behave a certain way, we're leaning a bit into the trying to control the uncontrollable there, right? Because we're trying to, how can I be? What can I say? What can I do to get the response that I want, which is out of my control? So we're kind of getting in that territory. Still, let's take it back to self-trust. When you're catching yourself thinking those kinds of thoughts, this is what you want to do instead. Remind yourself, okay, I don't need to over-prepare. I don't need to plan for scenarios that are probably never going to happen, because I trust that I'll be okay. Even if I make a mistake, even if I do something wrong, I will be okay. And this is the big thing that I recommend. Take your focus in the most powerful way to who you want to be. Identify for yourself what it feels like to be in your body as the person you want to be. I want to be confident. I want to feel loved. I want to be successful. I want to be intelligent. I want to be beautiful. Okay, you are. Just imagine this. This is my identity for the moment. Feel how that feels in your body, and then think, and then move, and then respond. And you can use this in any moment. So instead of preparing for specific situations, practice being that person who has self-trust, that person that you would trust yourself. If you were really that person, I would trust me. Practice being that person. Practice it when you catch yourself trying to, worry about all the ways that things could go wrong. Go back to, who do I want to be? And then in the moment when you're feeling triggered, when you're feeling insecure, when things aren't going the way you want them to, pause, go back. I am who I want to be, and then respond. And you're going to notice that you can respond with a lot more clarity and confidence from that state than if you had mentally rehearsed every scenario for, the 5 days prior. In the moment, reminding yourself that I can be who I want to be. I can be in the state I want to be in. I can act how I want to act. It's up to me. I'm in control. Okay, so those are the two perspectives. You want to not be trying to control the uncontrollable, and instead you want to start focusing your attention on bringing yourself into the state of feeling whatever you were trying to resolve with that controlling thought pattern. At the very least, just come back to now and move forward, let that thought go without anything, right? So don't try to control the uncontrollable. Be here now and control what you can control, which is you and your focus and feeling how you want to feel. Move toward feeling how you want to feel. And trust yourself. And when you catch yourself doubting and trying to over-prepare and kind of think of how you can manipulate or manage situations and what you're supposed to be doing, just take it back to, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be? Practice that. Practice it whenever those thoughts come up. Practice it in the moment you're triggered, and you'll notice that you actually start to become that person. It becomes more natural and easy and effortless. Okay, so I would love to hear your thoughts on this and your experience with this and share your insights and stories. Please feel free to comment below. Also, if this just feels like it's way too hard, like you feel like your mind is just too powerful for you to be able to step in and make these changes, that's not the reality, but I understand that it might feel that way. And in that case, please feel free to reach out to me to book a consultation, and we can chat about working together to release the blocks and the stories and patterns and beliefs and programs that are keeping you stuck in this cyclical, negative, anxious thinking, and really break that pattern and set you free, because you deserve to be thriving and not struggling. All right, I am wishing you all the very best. Take care.